to get acquainted and allow you to get acquainted with me. Today I just wanted to focus on two areas. One would be the importance of getting physical rest. Today has been a wonderful day, but a day that I choose to view it from a godly perspective. Many roadblocks had come up, but I thank God that He revealed His hand and His presence to me to keep me encouraged, because when doors close, it can definitely take a toll on you, especially when you're already tired. And I want to talk about the importance of just really making sure that your body gets its vital rest, because it does affect how we think. It does affect how productive we can be, how we make decisions, or how we're processing things, and things we might even overlook just because we're just too tired to focus when we're well rested. So I would say that today was one of those days where I had to really be fair to myself and understand that if it wasn't going to be as productive as I started out to be, it's okay. Extending grace to myself is certainly something I've had to learn how to walk in, but I thank God that He's shown me how to do just that. As far as what we're coming up against, tomorrow starts Black History Month. And growing up in Wisconsin, Black history was a big thing, at least for my sphere of influence. When I was a kid in school, we did have Black History Month programs, and teachers would do their best to make sure that we would learn and be educated on people in history, Black people in history, in U.S. history, and what milestones and impacts that they've had on American history. I'm not quite certain if we are still focusing on that, the importance of celebrating people and their contributions in our society. But I have to admit, I don't really like to get on a political soapbox. I really don't. There are enough people who are waging a racial war within this country, and I certainly don't want to be a part of that. But I do have an opinion, and I'm entitled to it, of course. There is a great racial divide, but here's the thing that I believe that a lot of us are not mindful of. It's a trick of the enemy to cause us to be distracted and veering off the main focus of what God may have for us as a nation to be focused on. I feel that there is a heightened level of sensitivity. Granted, I am African American, and I don't like to see hate crimes occur. But the reality is sometimes we can truly be oversensitized to what the enemy is allowing to take place, using others to propagate his agenda, to get us veered off into focusing on race issues. Now, granted, no one deserves to have a crime imposed on them or be violated or harmed in any way. I'm not advocating that, but I think sometimes we have to make sure that we recognize the weapons of our enemy, and that enemy is Satan. So if you are a child of the Most High God, it doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity you've come from, even what you might have experienced. Now, that may sound a little insensitive, but that's not my heart to come across as being insensitive. But the reality is, we have a nation that is so divided on political issues. People who hate our president, Donald Trump. People who say and are very quick to speak of all of his shortcomings, and I don't believe in making any excuses for wrong behavior, but at the same time, God expects us to obey His word. He clearly tells us how we are to treat those who are in authority, how we are to submit to government, how we are to even pray for those who are in leadership. So where are the remnant? We need to rise up and do what God is requiring of us. And obedience is so incredibly important to God. In fact, when we are disobedient, it's in the form of idolatry and witchcraft. And who wants to be accused of that? I mean, if you're an heir to his kingdom, we ought to behave as heiresses and king kids. So the reality is we have a special calling, and we need to set the example for the rest of the world to see and observe. I thank you for allowing me to come and join you this evening, and I pray that you've had a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Good night.